Have you ever wondered how graphics like this come to life? Well, today we're bringing you the people that make that happen. Making these graphics starts with a lot of preparation, even before the photography process begins.
We do a lot of planning. I like to look at covering sports like playing sports. You know, we have to be prepared. We have to have the right things, goals in mind for the day. We have student body photographers that work with us that are really the backbone of what we do. So a lot of what we do is preparing them to be ready to go to work and take pictures for us for the athletic department.
But what exactly are these preparations that both photographers and graphic designers must complete?
We have a shot sheet for every game with all of the presentations and other things like that. And of course, we know the communications people keep us tuned in if there's people approaching milestones or anything specific that they want. And then we also have needs for our graphic department. So we always have things in mind that we have to do.
If there's one specific thing we want, we will reach out before an event or something and ask. And then for any sort of content day for the sports, we sometimes will go and help pose if we know there are specific things we'll want to use for graphic.
When specific shots are needed, the photographer must make sure they are in the right position and aware of their surroundings.
Depends on the sport for sure. Football, it's crazy important how we position ourselves with referees in the way, directions of plays run, things like that. We have multiple people shooting and we kind of have a plan. You always want to be in front of us, so you know the direction we're going for the most part. If we have the more people we have, the more different angles we shoot. But there's very definitely certain things that help you get the action.
Be focused on the action, but remember that there's other things around you that are going on. There's fans, there's the stadium, there's the crowd, there's coaches. So you just have to be able to take in the entire scene and not only action.
Despite the photography process requiring a lot of effort, a bulk of the work comes from elsewhere.
We do all the editing individually. Occasionally we'll share it, but not for the most part. Each photographer shoots and edits their own images. That's about half the work. You know, we probably spend less than half of our time actually shooting and half of it or so editing. We actually edit all throughout.
We try to edit during game, get stuff out quickly. So we're shooting for a couple minutes and editing.
Even though the photographers have control of the editing process, they must work with the graphic designers to convey a certain look.
We're always striving to hit that look that we have, which is a little bit HDR-ish from natural, but relatively natural, not a lot of filtering.
So we always start the year with a certain type of style we're trying to shoot for, right? But we are really working on now, trying to reflect the tone, the vibe of the university in the graphics. So kind of Virginia Tech is really back to the basics.
So, the next time you see one of these graphics, just know that it takes a collective effort.